Ladies and gentlemen, recording is now officially started. Link is in the description for those of you who want to share this episode with your friends and families. And welcome to Kareem Talks.
Yes, sir.
I'm your host, Kareem. It is Sunday. It is daylight savings time, which has thrown me and my fellow guests off. But we covered that.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
It's also the night of the Grammys. You know, that one award show is now officially started.
I didn't even know that.
Hold up. Link is in the description for those who can't have any extra sound. And again, welcome to Kareem Talks. We keep it moving.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And we're not here for the Grammys and all that. Daylight saving time. We already know it's here. But we're not here to talk about all that. We are here to talk about BMWs. And not the car. We are here to talk about black men working.
Mm-hmm.
And not on the job for people. Oh no. These men have went out and started businesses for themselves. We're all members of the Nation of Islam, disclaimer. And we have all been taught that we must do for self or suffer the consequences. And these wonderful black men I see in front of me are showing us in the Nation of Islam and the world what it means to do for self. So let's get into this episode. I'm going to introduce them one by one. We're going to start all the way in the West Coast. So starting up all the way in Oakland, California. Give it up for my brother, the owner and CEO alongside his beautiful Muslim wife. Not Balton, but Carlton. Welcome to the show.
Oh, praise be to Allah. Thank you for having me, bro.
The owner of Baby Bean Pie. I have yet to try it, but the reviews I have heard, I have to. You're going to have to send me some samples.
I will do, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Moving from Oakland to Los Angeles. Right by Hollywood. Give it up for brother Reamus Muhammad. The owner of Kareem Credit. I think that's a play on Dream Credit. Am I right?
It is.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, brother. Good to be here, man. Appreciate what you're doing. Can't wait to share what these nuggets that we've all been given and how we're turning it into reality.
Praise be to Allah. And now we're taking it all the way to the East Coast, further down south than I am, where, you know, they don't experience any other season except summer.
Praise be to Allah.
With all the beautiful palm trees and beaches. Y'all give it up for my brother. From another mother. Formerly a part of the God Squad, which I used to be down. I used to be down in Florida, for those of you all who don't know.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
My brother and your brother, Keandre X.
Praise be to Allah. Yes,
welcome to the show. So glad to have you. He's been wanting to be on the show for a while. And I said, I gotta bring him home.
She's gonna spray me all up. It's all
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We keep it transparent here on the Kareem Talks podcast.
All right, that's right. Tell the truth.
But now that I've introduced the guests, I would like to start off with my brother all the way in Florida. Tell them about yourself and what you do.
Okay, all right. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, okay, we'll start off in the manner we've been taught, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I bear witness there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. My name is Brother Keandre X. I've been a registered member of the Nation of Islam. In July will make 5 years. So July 18th, 2016 is when I got my X. I joined the Nation of Islam. What I do is I'm a plumber. Well, basically, specifically, I focus on sewer rehabilitation. So, you know, in most houses that was built before 1980 have cast iron pipes. So, and if you've been looking at these commercials that's coming up, you see all type of, you have cast iron pipes. You can be compensated in all type of ways because the pipes are going bad. It's inevitable. It's going to happen to everyone. So I started my company May 25th, 2020. That's when we officially launched KMS Drain Solutions, where well, you know, people have, you know, service issues and things of that nature. And you know, I tried my best to, you know, assist my people. What made me want to get into this business, of course, a brother in the mosque took me on this wing and showed me the plumbing trade. I was working job to job. I had a pretty excuse my background, it's a little crazy, but I had pretty decent jobs.
From that plumber money, ladies and gentlemen. He out eating good.
Nah. He speak to a lot. But I had a couple decent jobs. I wouldn't call them dead end, but they was pretty decent paying jobs. But you know, I always thought that having your own business was the proper way to somewhat exercise freedom. So because you know, I was having scheduling issues, trying to make all my mom's meetings, trying to do this, trying to do that. So you know, I stepped out on faith. It took me a couple years. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna say I just woke up and you know I'm gonna do this. Nah, it didn't go that way, not at all. But what inspired me to get into this business, because you know I realized that how expensive plumbing, not for the money, of course, you know, it's a very lucrative business, but I realized how expensive plumbing could be for us. And a lot of us, as poor Black people, you know, in the community that I grew up in the community that I live in, you know, a lot of us can't afford the average plumbing job. So, you know, I'm thinking to myself, how could I do something about it? So, you know, what I wanted to do is, you know, I wanted to make plumbing affordable to all the people who can't afford plumbing, all the low income individuals that look like you and I. So that was my main purpose for joining. Of course, I had to learn the trade, but my main purpose for helping, because it's no feeling knowing that you can't flush your toilet and you have backups and stuff like that. But you know, they telling you, man, you know, the job is $400 for us to help you, and you don't have that type of money. So, you know, unfortunately, I was working for the company I was working for. I was unfortunately I had to tell people, you know, this is the price. And not that I don't work for them pretty much no more, but I can say it now. But you know, I had a situation where I was dealing with a single mother with children, and she couldn't afford to get her plumbing taken care of. And I told her the price, and you know, she like, "What? Oh my God, what I'm gonna do? I don't." So you know, I did it on the house. You know, being a Muslim, in the Nation of Islam, you know, we try to our job is to try to resurrect and help our people. So I did the job. Excuse me. Hello.
Beautiful.
1 second.
Beautiful. I can bear witness to what he's saying.
Yeah, I did the job anyway. So, but yes, sorry to be so long-winded. I know I gotta let our other guests present, but that was one of my main reasons for getting into this business and learning this trade, to make these issues, you know, eradicate these issues and make it affordable for our people.
That's beautiful.
Nice. Yes,
Plumbing
sir.
is very, very lucrative. I've worked briefly in the industry, not as long as Brother Keandre, to where he made it a full business, but plumbing is very lucrative. I'll never forget. We both came up under the same brother, and he walked me over to a sewer, and he opened it up, and it was just, full of sewage. And he looked at me and said, "You know what I see down there?" And I told him, "Shit." He said, "No." He said, "I see money." So
Right.
I bear witness.
Yes,
Having that type of skill under your belt, very crucial. And when you get married, you ain't gotta pay no plumber because you can do it yourself.
That's right.
Nah. But yes, sir. The minor things,
Yes,
sir. But I'm gonna be out. I'd rather just hire someone to, take care of my own.
Yes,
But
sir.
of course, I oversee it and supervise.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. Well, now we're gonna move it over to the West Coast, and I want to start with my big brother Carlton. And I don't know, I would never expect you to start a bean pie business. You know how I feel about that mean bean. I'm very crucial and critical, but I've heard good things about that baby bean pie, that baby plain bean pie you got up there in Oakland. So tell us how you got started with that, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, sir. Well, I have to start in the right way, as Brother Keandre reminded us. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, the one true living God, who appeared in the person of Master Fard Muhammad. We thank him for leaving paradise and raising up the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who we now know as the exalted Christ, the father of Black consciousness. And we thank the both of them, and we thank the most honorable Elijah Muhammad for teaching and suffering to leave us with the best who could have been left for us. We know him as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the Messiah in our midst. Read my brothers, you can read the peace of Assalamu alaikum, excuse me.
Alaikum salam, brother.
Alaikum salam.
Brother, so it's a long story, but I'll make it short. Growing up, I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia. And growing up, my best friend who I played ball with, I used basketball as an outlet to get out of the place that I grew up in the neighborhood. And my best friend name is Taki Muhammad. Well, his dad is Student Minister Tracy Muhammad, who is the minister of Muhammad Mosque 24 in Richmond, Virginia. So I was always getting to teaching, but Taki, before practice and games, would come out with this pie, and he let me have a piece one day. So every time he came by with a pie, bucked him. Yo, Taki, you gonna give me a piece of that pie, bro? Like, I ain't trying to hear nothing you trying to say. Like, you gonna give me a piece, or you gonna take me to the place where I can get my own. And so growing up, even before I joined the nation, I knew about bean pie. Now fast forward, I've been registered. I got registered when I moved to Oakland. I moved out here about 3 years ago. And I've been registered for 2 years now. And I registered August 29th, 2018. Well, I fell in love with Oakland's pie. I argue that. I'll be like, I think Oakland has the best pie. And the sister who made the pie, she got sick around the time of the pandemic, and when we were shut down and all of that, so she wasn't around. So there was a big drought. So I got married, and my wife's family, my family now, in the Bay Area and in the northern part of California, in the mosques and other mosques, they know my mother-in-law and my family as great bakers. My mother-in-law has been in the Nation of Islam since 1979. So she's experienced the whole fall and rebuild, and You know, she's still here, praise be to Allah. So my wife took her recipe one day. I just asked my wife when we got married, babe, can you make a bean pie? She made it and it was exceptional. Now I come from a family full of hustlers.
Exceptional.
And I'm not going to try to bake nothing. But I knew instantly what my role was, and that was to push the product out. And honestly, by Allah's permission, it took off faster than what I thought. I started doing what they call in marketing, guerrilla marketing. So I would have my wife make pies, and I would go to the nearest corner store, you know, and I got a lot of no's, but when I started to get yeses, and I was so confident in the product, I was like really giving it away. I know this will sell here, you know, and that's how I got started, and now we're striving to go to the next level, and I know you have questions and other things of that nature, and I'll share that then. But to answer your question, that's how my wife and I got started.
Praise be to Allah. It's beautiful to go into a venture for yourself. It's another when it's yourself and the other half of your faith. That is absolutely beautiful. May Allah continue to bless you all with success. And I can't wait to try the pie. And now we bring it over to Brother Dream Credit himself, all the way in LA. Give it up for Brother Reamus Muhammad. Tell us about yourself.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, brothers. Man, feel honored just to be amongst the brothers in this modern time we're living in on the Zoom.
Likewise.
Absolutely. So, you know, as we're taught, we're going to open up like this. In the name of Allah, beneficent and merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. And I recognize that I thank Allah for coming to us and teaching us after this time of this devil ruling this planet. And I just feel honored to be in this number, to have Master Fraud Muhammad's teachings to be so close and to be so alive and well. And I wasn't here when he was here in 1930, but I thank Allah for coming directly to us to save that which was lost, and for leaving one and teaching one for 40 months and giving him everything that he needed to create that which is going to change the planet forever in the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And then him testing one and finding that one that could carry this weighty mission forward after going through many student ministers, and finding one that could sit in his seat and that was worthy of guiding us with that heart that he has to take the planet and us, leading it to a whole new level in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So in those three holy names, greet all the brothers and those listening, greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam,
sir. So my quick story, just the 5-minute version that could easily go 5 hours. Born and raised in LA, 52 years old, born in 1969, born and raised Catholic. Had a father that was touched by Elijah Muhammad, you know, in Watts. And my mother's from New Orleans, you know, but she came in when she was 1 year old with her family. She's got 10 brothers and sisters. And so I was born and raised Catholic. My father wasn't Catholic. He was Seventh-day Adventist. So he never ate pork, which was a cool thing. I found out later. But so in that house, we never had pork growing up. My father was, I have a story, brother, that's probably unlike a lot of brothers my age. My father was there. I don't have that story where my father was not there. He was always there. T-ball, Pop Warner football, track, cutting the grass, building engines. He was that brother. He was very knowledgeable, ended up retiring from Boeing recently, still alive. He's up in Seattle, Washington area. But I had a good foundation. My father came from the streets of Watts, and he knew them streets. So you know how it is when you have that element with your son, you acclimate your son to what's real, but he doesn't have to go through, I didn't have to go through what he went through. You know what I'm saying? So, but I knew it, I could see it, I could touch it. Whenever he needed to handle some business, he knew who to make a phone call and handle something. So that was my foundation. Got a good education, went off to college, got a master's in Japanese business. Fast forwarding past a lot of points here, but first with my family to go to college in Hawaii. Studied business. Immediately, I knew I wanted to study business because my parents got divorced when I was 10 years old. And I watched that, that pain the minister speaks about, watching your mom go left and your father go right, and you got to choose where you want to be and all of that. And so, but fast forward, I was in college. It was my chance, 18. My stepfather suggested Hawaii, and I went. And things started to unfold. Wasn't in the teachings, didn't know about the teachings at that time, but had a solid foundation. Definitely loved Jesus, even though I knew the Catholic Church was on some crazy stuff, but I had much love for Jesus. So I got in college, studied, tried out for the basketball team, made the team. I was pressing the envelope, studying business. I knew I wanted to do some international business. Just pressing the envelope. Got a master's in Japanese business because they offered Japanese language. And I didn't know anybody spoke Japanese, but the Japanese were buying up Hawaii back in those days, 1987, 88. And so I just took it on, and like I do. And it went well. One class led to two led to three. And before I know it, I was living in Japan, married my college sweetheart. But I had the teachings. At this point, I had the teachings. 1991, Public Enemy was out, EPMD, KRS-One. I was on that tip. I was definitely on that tip. And so when I heard Mr. Farrakhan talk about the murder of Malcolm X, oh man, something happened. I never heard a man like that speak ever. And so then he's talked on the male-female relationships. Then he talked on the black male-female relationship. Then he spoke on youth, gangs, drugs, and violence. And I said, this man is the only man I know talking about what's really going on. He wasn't apologizing for black folks. We kind of became crazy and we got in the streets, but he was saying made in America. That was a product of what America made us, and we was doing our best. And I never heard a man speak like that and defending black folks. So fast forward, I left Japan, came to the nation in 1994 to learn more. And having left 26 years later, married, got married to a sister. I was married to my college sweetheart. She wasn't really willing to roll with the nation. She said, if I don't roll with the nation all the way, I like it. I see what's going on. But if I don't get all the way in, can we work our marriage out? I said emphatically, no. If you can't roll with this, you might as well take a left turn and keep moving. And she went back to her family in Arizona. And I really haven't talked to her since. But that was right before the Million Man March. Started living at the FOI house with the brothers. And the go for self element kicked in immediately. This book right here, I don't go anywhere without this book. From day one, I was wondering, where did Mr. Farrakhan get this information from? I never heard nobody in college nowhere speaking like this. And it led to Elijah Muhammad. Then I said, well, where did he get it from? Because he was born in Sandersville, Georgia. Where did he get this knowledge from? Then it was Master Farad Muhammad. I was like, well, where did he get it from? He said, Mustafa. And Alfonso. And I couldn't get any further than that. So I said, all right, well, let's keep on studying. But the point is, going for self, 300 customers from day one. I started living at the FOI house. I was just coming from Japan. I was making $3,000 a month back then in Japan. But now I knew that this was just calling me. I had to get involved. In the first meeting in the nation, you hear these words. How many of you like what you heard today? Believe it to be true and good for our people. And how many of y'all would like to marry on or at least learn some more about what you learned today? So, of course, I'm standing up right away. FOI class, never looked back, and was living with the brothers. I said, is there a place to stay? They said, yeah, there's Brother Rodriguez. And we started standing over there with Shorty with the lynch mob. Was there. My brother D3 just passed away, rest his soul. It was on. Cam was up right there in Compton. It was on and popping. Ice Cube was in the air still. And it was a day-to-day program. But I love about the teachings about making a man. It's a manufacturing plant with the Nation of Islam. And so going for self and watching all these other brothers and sisters all throughout and the history you surrounded with, once you come in, it was no going back. So customers, I had the customers. I was dropping my papers every week. Brother Rudolph showed me how to do it. We was out at the barber shops. We was out on the bus. Brother, final call. We was getting donations. His brothers was dropping $5, $10, 25 cents, whatever they had in their pocket. He was getting that paper in their hand. So we got 300 customers, me and D3, and over a period of time. And I knew I was wanting to help my people. I had Japan in my mind, but I also knew the economics. I knew I was blessed to see some things a lot of my brothers and sisters hadn't been able to see, but I knew I had to do this work, and I knew the economics, and that was what brought me eventually to this credit 2 years ago, to where it's always been the same mission about getting our people that which they don't have access to. So that's where I'm at right now.
Praise be to Allah. Wonderful stories from everybody. Of course, we got 7 minutes before our commercial break, but briefly, what trials did you have to overcome within yourself to even launch your business? Go ahead. Whoever wants to start first.
I will. It was a trial of honestly, I want to say knowing your worth. And I learned that the hard way. Like to the point where honestly, like me and my wife, we sit down every week and we talk the business. We talk about nothing else. You know, for that 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever, me and her are talking about business. And I'm a people person, right? And there are times when my wife, her being my helpmeet, would say, nah, babe, like we're not negotiating. And I'll be like, no, like, you know, like it's business, like you have to talk. But really, in saying all that to say, like, I don't have to stoop down though, my product, you know, and knowing, I'm gonna be honest, it's all men on the phone, knowing that you offer a damn good service, you know, I don't have to level it down. The message says study the white man. There's no negotiating prices with him. It is what it is, and you're gonna pay for it, you know. Right. And if you don't want to pay for it, brother, well, they have other brothers that they're with that offer cheaper things, but it's not the same value. I know you like, now what are you talking about? The people who make Captain Crunch and the people that make the off-brand, they know each other. You know what I'm saying? You know, they know each other. They're brothers. And, you know, people who own McDonald's and Burger King, they know each other. And saying all that to say, right, brother, that was a big trial for me. And realizing and being man enough, honestly, to say, I ain't doing that. This is what it is. I'm not taking nothing off the top, brother. Because we don't go to grocery stores and try to cheat out and negotiate. I ain't got it today when you get to the register. And you don't eat today. That's just what it is, you know. And so for me, that was my trial, knowing my worth.
Yes, sir.
We got 3 minutes until anyone else want to tackle that question.
I'll jump in real quick. Go ahead, brother Keandre.
Go ahead.
Well, basically, it was a few things for me. You know, when you're trying to start your own in the plumbing business, I don't know, but you know, in the plumb, I know Kareem know because you got a little experience with working with brother Joseph, who trained us all to be plumbers. But you know, being a plumber, if you starting from scratch, you know, the equipment is like mad expensive. And I got like, you know, I got a nice repertoire of tools now, but I wasn't always this way. And so man, I thank Allah for this brother Joseph, man. This brother, like, you know, he kind of made the transition from being an employee to a business owner so easy for myself. I have to thank Allah for this brother, because this brother, he was like, man, well, you know, this brother, you know, it's some brothers, you know, that say, man, you know, I want to help the young brothers. I want to help. And there's some brothers that really do want to help the young brothers. This brother say, man, you know, man, you do this. Like, I'm working for him. The brother told me straight up, man, listen, I had 2 little gigs when I first joined the nation, right? I'm making about money. I'm making $900 a week. So I had 2 jobs though, but I'm like, damn, I'm making $900 a week. But man, I'm like, I could barely make my mom's needs. I'm working too hard. So right, and the minister said a lecture, man, I never forget. He said, I don't know what lecture it is, but I never forget. He said, as a man, if you should be at least making $1,000 a week. And I'm like, so I'm looking at my paychecks. I'm like, damn, I'm a little short.
That's how I'm looking at my paycheck now.
You know. So right. So I say, so like I'm on the devil's job. I'm making $900 a week. This brother Joseph came to me now, $900 a week. This brother came to me now and say, I lost one job, got into an argument with my supervisor, quit the other. So now I'm jobless now, but I'm eating off the final call. But this brother came to me, man, you need to learn the trade, man. I'm gonna pay you $8 an hour. You heard it right. Kareem could bear witness to this. But I'm gonna pay you $8 an hour. Once you learn and I could leave you on jobs by yourself, I'll increase your pay. So I'm like, wow. So, but cut long story short, let me fast forward real quick. The brother said to me, man, you pretty much got it down packed, man. You can start booking your own job. Like, you can hold the equipment anytime you want. That's all you had to tell me. So now, my mom was like, my marketing advertiser. Oh, my son know, my nickname. I'm not ashamed. They call me, well, we don't use nickname, but my family name, they call me Pookie, like New Jack City. So everybody call him Pookie do plumbing, Pookie do plumbing. So, but at the end of the day, family and friends, they want it done on the house, but I couldn't do that. But at the same time, man, so I just started using equipment, and every paycheck I was getting, I was buying the tool one by one. But I had my personal car. I'm pulling up the jobs, got a park across the street because I want to be professional. So renting U-Haul vans, man. It was a struggle starting out, but I know it's time for.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Break, man. That was the biggest trial, was stepping out on faith and stepping out on faith and purchasing equipment, man. That's what I had to get over.
Plumbing equipment is very, very expensive, but in the end of the day, it's worth it because that plumber's money.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But we're gonna go to our commercial break, and we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace, this is Kareem from Kareem Talks, and I'm here to tell you about Miller's Make Supply Co., a black-owned business that specializes in beard oil for men and facial toner for women. As you can see, they have various different scented oils, guaranteed to smell absolutely wonderful and do wonders for your beard and for the women for your skin. And these are actual ratings. It's been said to be the most hydrating toner and the best toner that the ladies have ever used. And as you can see, that brother is happy with his beard oil. So go to millersmake.com, check out some oil. Beard oil for the men, like I said, in various different flavors, if you will. And for the ladies, facial toner that smells absolutely wonderful. Get you some today and support a black-owned business. Peace. Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. Peace, ashe, and assalamu alaikum. This is Brother Kareem of Kareem Talks. You know, that wonderful podcast you're listening to? But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about aretheywoke.com, a website that was built by my uncle to house conscious clothing as well as conscious branded merch, such as How to Eat to Live, and 1,000 facts about the Negro. But let's get back to this wonderful looking clothing that allows you to define who you are. We have things for the men, we have things for the women, we have things for the children, and it's all conscious oriented merch. So I'm telling you, as someone who owns a hoodie, and it's a comfortable hoodie by the way, go to aretheywoke.com. Ladies, get you a queen shirt. Brothers, come get you some of this merch. Because I'm telling you, it's conscious oriented, it's comfortable, and you're going to love it. Peace.
Hi, my name is Raiden Scott.
My name is Yasmin. It's Jamari X. Allen.
Go to the Homeschooling Society.
Go to the Homeschooling Society. I attend the Homeschooling Society.
Greetings. My name is Sabbath Muhammad, founder, owner, and CEO of the Homeschooler Society, LLC. Here at the Homeschooler Society, we pride ourselves in bringing full and complete understanding to all of our students. Our method is simple, not moving on until the child fully understands. I do what I do as an educator because I remember when I was in elementary school, middle school, and high school. I remember teachers and educators not showing as much care and patience as they could. This widespread way of teaching drives me to do what I do.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I like that.
We are back.
Dope.
All right. I'll get my hoodie.
And for anyone watching, if you want to purchase an advertisement for the Kareem Talks podcast, go to the Kareem Talks podcast. The new @ is at Kareem Talks on IG. We have a 1 week pack, a 1 month pack, a 3 month pack, and a yearly subscription. So if you want your ad on the Kareem Talks podcast, hit up at Kareem Talks on IG. Also, go to Welcome to Kareem Talks and buy this merch.
Got you.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Yes, sir. Myself in. But going back to the question before we went on our commercial break, Brother Reamus, what trials did you have to overcome within yourself in order to get your business off the ground?
Brothers. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I know time is of the essence. Let me get right to it. I was taking notes when the other brothers were talking because, our journeys are so similar. But stepping out on faith, organizing, and then just the idea of family not supporting, that was a big thing. Just moving out and, on self and realizing that everything that I did, brother, or didn't do was going to be fueled by whatever I did. Was no other influence from definitely wasn't going to get a welfare check. Definitely was not going to nobody else, not my daddy, not my mama, not anybody. I was already living in Japan, but that was a check that was coming every month just for showing up, But now it was immediately, brother, it's $35 a week to live here and to have a room on this bunk in this FOI house. And you got till Friday to come with this $35. It was 5 of us living in a 2-bedroom, 2 brothers. One brother had his own room. And so immediately the seeds of going for self and having that income every single day going out, it was a personal test. So not only after taking care of self and developing that way, it was a whole nother thing to talk about a queen. That was a whole nother overcome to know that this other person now, life was going to be on my faith. It was going to be on my belief. So this was something I wasn't playing with because I knew as a man, it just resonated with me. And listening to the minister and his stories and wanting to be able to call on the God and make it happen. There was no more mystery God. If there was a tinge of mystery God accepted in my world, it was no longer accepted. And now it was like, are you going to be able to make it happen or not? So it was immediately, and I played a lot of sports growing up. So it was like a challenge. It was like, okay, I've been on some teams that I always knew if I'm on the right team, I know I can win. I've always had that understanding. Sometimes you be on teams and, you know, everyone around you is not on a level where you can really win at. You know, a lot of NBA players be trying to jump teams to get the rings. And so
right.
I knew it in this teaching, though, I knew we was on the right team. I knew that Allah had this thing set up so cold to where it was a no lose. I had already tested what the nation was doing in my own little way. As I play it back in my mind, I was going for self, but I just didn't have a team. So that was what I had to overcome. I did some NOI security. We did, you know, every brother, business or not, before you get to business, you got to be able to secure whatever you do. Your business, yourself. And that was a prerequisite to the business that I do now, because, you know, with the training of being a man that you get as an FOI, it's so built in that every single thing, you know, we have a saying in the FOI class that you got to meet and overcome all obstacles in your path.
Right.
It's not a thought that, well, some obstacles I got to lean on somebody else. It's not even a thought. And so you have examples all around you of those that are doing it. So that was just something that I'll say real briefly, brother, was overcoming any tinge of putting blame somewhere else, and realizing that responsibility, if it was going to be, it's up to me, period.
Praise be to Allah. Beautiful testimonies, brothers. Next question. What would you say to someone watching this right now? Let's say someone is watching this right now. They're trying to start their business. They're trying to get it up off the ground, but they don't have the faith or the wherewithal, or in some cases, the finances. What would you say to them? What motivation could you give that person right now at this very moment to get them to start their business?
I'll start it.
Yes, sir.
First of all, if they're listening to this, they've got 3 other brothers they need to call up and
brotherhood.
That part. If you're listening to this, and there are other people out there that may not be around us or these teachings, because when you come into these teachings, you're going to get what you need. And now I would say, though, to no matter who it is, get real clear why you want to do it, what your reason is, and map out a little game plan, map out an exactness to why you're doing what you're doing, figure out how much money you need, and study those around that are already in that space, and learn from them. You know, really benefit off of the knowledge of other people. And nowadays, we're best with YouTube and this and that. Anything you really want to dig into, you can dig into. So you're leaning on experience at the end of the day when you're talking about business. And if you're the only one creating that product or service, but there's still some organizational things you need to put in place. And I love the protection plan that I push. You know, understanding what your expenses are, understanding what you're getting into, and understanding what you're doing, and think about it and just plan it out. That's what I would say.
I would say 3 things, not in order, because for a person, brother or sister that's listening, you know, we're all different people and we go down the same path, but you're going to do it differently based off your circumstances and your life, you know, at that time. So not in order. First you need to bet on yourself, though. I would say that's probably most important. You need to bet on yourself. Because if you don't believe in it, then nobody else will. You know, I remember the brother Nipsey Hussle. I mean, I'll be pleased with him. He was selling his tape, a mixtape, for $100 to get in advance. He was trying to, he wanted to get 100,000 or something like that, because he had a vision to take off. But in order for him to get some of the marathon clothing off the ground like how he wanted it to, he needed to sell a tape, and he was selling it for $100. You know what I'm saying? And what he did, like Brother Reamus said, he reached out, and the person who he reached out to was Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know, he reached out to Birdmans and Master P's, and they helped him, you know. So also, like Brother Reamus said, you can reach out and to me, this is something that I did personally. I study, brother. I'm gonna be real. I study the hell out of competition. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I watch people that do pies. I ain't doing that like that. They failed at it. The minister said, "Well, you see men fall, don't laugh, learn." So when they fail at it, I write it down. I got a notebook right here, brother. I'm looking at. I got a notebook of notes is red, and my wife laugh at me all the time. I live down the street from a Walgreens. I go walk. She be like, "Oh, you about to go get another notebook?" Yep. You know I am, because I'm always writing down stuff and I'm studying competition. And it's not to say that we're in rivals with one another, but I think about it like this: for all of us, one day, brother Keandre, the top plumbing company, one day, brother Reamus, the brother that's getting it in the credit, he gonna look up and be like, "Dog, you gotta watch that brother Keandre. He didn't came up. You gotta watch brother Reamus. He didn't came up." And what I'm saying is, because you gonna be somebody's competition one day. That's just starting off. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just the reality of it. I study competition, and those are the three things for me, man. Betting on yourself, reaching out to people, and studying competition.
All right, brother Keandre, it's all on you.
Well, yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. What I'll say is, like the brother said, man, bet on yourself. Don't be afraid to step out on faith, man. If you follow your gut feeling, man, and always keep your why intact, man. Like you always keep in touch with your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you excuse me? Because from my experience, man, you know, study what you want to do. Like gather as much information as you can. Don't be afraid to ask questions to the people that are successful. There's no such thing as a stupid question. The only stupid question is the one that's not asked.
That's right.
It's just man, just one more quick testimony real quick. You mind?
Go ahead. You got time.
Listen, bro. It was a brother, you know, me and this brother, we was close. We came in the ranks together. Man, you know, we both was focusing on business and trying to be successful. We both had the same goals. We know we both were working a job at the time. But we know that wasn't what we wanted to do. I'm gonna be honest, man. I was spending, me and this brother both, you know, we were spending $1,500 on seminar tickets. You know, Grant Cardone 10X conferences. We spending $1,500 to $2,000 on tickets. I'm saving up for tickets, like just to learn the business aspect of what I want to do. And you know, you have the naysayers, the family. Oh, you dumb! You can buy this with that money. You can pay your rent with that. You can buy shoes, and like you can buy a better car. Give me a second. So yeah. So what I'm saying, man, you know, invest in yourself. Invest in information about what you into. You know, you can never get too much information. You know, you can never ask too many questions because you want to have. You know, you want to have a well-rounded amount. You want to be well-rounded in the knowledge when you jump out there. So, yeah, get yourself, you know, educate yourself. Then, man, take that leap out on faith, man. God said once you take, God said once you take one step, you know, he'll take 2 steps towards you. Take 1 step towards him, he'll take 2 steps towards you. So, yes, man, you know, there's no mystery God, man. Ain't nobody gonna knock on your door. Here go your business, work it. That's not gonna happen. So you have to, man, believe in yourself. Bet on yourself.
Brother Kareem, may I say one more thing, if I may?
Go ahead, man.
And also as well, set goals. And I actually learned this from someone. Set goals. My personal testimony is honestly, we didn't really start selling pies till we start setting goals. So I had a goal, you know, I'm going to go up to this store today. I'm going to go up to this market today, and I'm going to sell, try to make a pitch to get my pie in his or her restaurant, you know, because without any goals, I mean, honestly, it's just an idea. And as men working 24/7, of Kareem married, you know, and, you know, I'm married, and just the things that we go through on a regular basis, we always have an idea, you know. But if you don't write it down or put it in the notes in your phone and say, this is, I gotta meet this today. I gotta meet this today, you know. You don't write it down and set a goal for it. It's just an idea. You know what I mean? That's it, you know. And there's nothing wrong with having an idea, but everything big wasn't like iPhone was an idea due to Microsoft turning them down or something of that nature. And when he got turned down, he had an idea. Well, I'm gonna start iPhone, but he met the goal, though. You know what I'm saying? So,
if I can comment on adding on that.
Go ahead,
man, brother. You know, I talk about the nation because that's my whole reality is from that. But if someone's listening to this and they're not in the nation and they don't think they want to join the nation, extract what I'm about to say and put it into whatever group that you can be a part of, because what comes with the nation, the goals are so clear, the big goals, and they don't get any bigger than the nation goals. So therefore, your little goal connects to that bigger goal. You're going to have immediately a support team. Like when I hear Brother Keandre, I know we got to have plumbers across the nation. You know, we got to have the sewer. We got to have, so I'm already knowing, like, that's where I'm going. See, and this is the power that our people are really missing. This is where I know a lot of our brothers out there, they're going to go down the road and try to do their own thing. And they, like you said, brother, because it's internally, there's a competition of being the best and you got to master it. But if you don't have the right support, what I'm telling you is, and if you got a support that's shaky, those that are supporting you all end up in jail, or they did, or they not. You don't have no more customers now. You see, so you got to have people that you plug into, or what you leading them to is where they gonna end up, and they can stay there. My thing is, I don't want to have to develop a customer and then lose them. So I want to really treat them right, treat them a certain way, and be able to know that if I'm telling you about credit, 2 years ago I couldn't tell you about credit. I can tell you so much about it now because I lived it. I took my credit from 517 up into 700 plus. If I hadn't done that, I'm out of character to try to tell you how to do it. So that was very big, and pulling for you and having those goals. So I would say that saves so much time and drama. When you come into like the environment, let's say, for example, the nation, it's a built-in support for you, whether you recognize it or not, because no one brother can outdo the big picture. As far as having a different alternative or motive. So that's going to force you to believe in yourself and say, man, I got to own this part. I got to walk this pose perfectly. I got to become the master at whatever I'm talking about. And in there, you're going to be able to do it in a way that nobody else can do it but you. And that's where, like brother was saying, believing in yourself. And that's all in what we taught. That's why, to me, all businesses want to keep on flourishing and thriving. So if you're out of alignment with like the law, and even in the business world, whatever city, whatever state, whatever country, if it's out of alignment with the law, it's not going to be around anymore. So when you align yourself with that, which is going to be around from now on, well, now you know we need hospitals, we need everything, we need businesses, we need international trade, we need all these things filled, and now somebody can step in and become the master at that.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful answers. All praises be to Allah. Well, we have 8 minutes left. We want to get these closing comments out of the way. And of course, seeing as though you all are my guests and you all have businesses, feel free to plug yourselves in. So for those who are in your area and they're watching this, they can tap in, if you will. Brother Keandre, you can start first. Any closing comments you have?
Well, like, you know, first of all, I just wish all of my brothers and sisters around the world, that is, it don't matter if you're selling t-shirts, you're selling, you know, bracelets, necklaces. I wish everyone success. And it was a quote that was on social media. saying I wish everyone to be, I think sold out, overbooked, or you know, stuff like that. Like just success, man. You know, we all listen. You know, I've been seeing these quotes on social media saying that this the I'm not gonna say the derogatory word, but they say this the F their job generation. So you know, like it's just beautiful, man, and the minister, it makes the minister proud when he see all these young brothers and sisters, you know, doing for self, you know, applying the teachings to their lives and stuff like that. So, you know, I just wish everybody success, man. Brother Kareem, you always been ambitious as in regards to your book, your podcast. I didn't see you come all the way from the bottom, but you know, I saw you come from the ground up. But you know, so I'll praise you till I'm proud of you, bro. You doing everything, brother Carlton. Got that bean pride. Me too. I got to taste it too, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, brother Reamus, all praises due to Allah. Seemed like a beautiful brother. Great to meet you, but I'm definitely will be using your services because I'm actually about to start the process to try to you know, apply for first time home buyer and buy some property. So
go ahead.
All praises due to Allah. Inshallah.
That's right.
By the end of this year, by my birthday, I should be hopefully, inshallah. Inshallah, I should be closing on something.
Sure. And not divided, inshallah.
Yeah, when's your birthday? Let everybody know when your birthday is.
Oh, my birthday is December 28th.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
So I want to be closing on something. So, brother Reamus, I'm definitely gonna be using your services.
Make it happen,
you know,
now you're trying to test me. Now we got to make it happen now.
Yeah, we got to. But yeah, man, I just wish everybody success, man. You know, peace, love, and happiness. But that's all.
Thank you, bro.
Praise be to Allah, brother Carlton. Any closing comments, statements?
First, I just want to say thank you all. Thank you, brother Kareem, for having me on. I want to say thank you to brother Reamus, brother Keandre. You know, I learned some things. I took down some pointers, you know, to have. Brother Reamus as well, like brother Keandre said, I probably will have to use your service as well, you know, because that's something we gotta as black men particularly, we gotta get that together. I'm not trying to fit that cliche black man ain't got no credit, you know. But I thank you all. I learned a lot from you all. And you know, I'm even gonna challenge my faith more. I heard Brother Keandre talk about stepping out on faith more so his testimonies was stepping out on faith, yours as well, Brother Reamus. And I really wish you all and pray that Allah blesses you all to elevate and step up to the next level of whatever you're striving to do. Brother Kareem, that's with your podcast. And I want to see you up there with the Charlemagne the Gods and the Angela Yees and all of them.
Come on, say that. Can't touch Kareem.
You know, I definitely would like to see Brother Keandre one day pop up on the TV screen talking about plumbing, and you as well, Brother Reamus, in a TED Talk somewhere, you know, talking about building credit, you know. So all praises due to Allah, brother. May Allah continue to bless you all. Thank you again, Brother Kareem.
Thank you, brother.
All right, rounding it out. Go ahead, close us out, Brother Reamus.
Man, well, first and foremost, I thank Allah who came to the person of Master Muhammad and teaching the Most High Elijah Muhammad and teaching our brother Minister Farrakhan and so many others. And I'm just so grateful that your parents, I don't know your full story, Brother Kareem, but you're a special one, brother. And I thank Allah for you, for creating a platform. It's one thing to create a platform for yourself, you know, but it's a whole other thing to let a lot of other lights shine. So like brother said, I know Allah is going to bless you to touch our people because they have to feel this spirit. So I thank Allah for all y'all, Brother Carlton, Brother Keandre, my brothers now. COVID brought us together. Allah know what he's doing at the right time. But I just want to say to everybody, yeah, definitely, y'all, the credit. Nobody taught me all the training I got. you know, being in the ranks, I never had a brother say, brother, here's how you get your credit right. And I realized I got to fill that void. So I want y'all to understand, I was looking for it, but a budgeting tool, a savings tool, a goals tool, and being able to life insurance, all these things that as a brother, there we go, as a brother, you know, having access to a credit attorney, you know, we got this plan, a debt payoff tool for those that have some kind of debt. You know, these things that we're just not taught. I thank God for the BWO. I thank Allah because all these things is coming together. You know, I never was talking about stocks and options and, you know, even the life insurance. I wasn't really in position with that, like my brother Jacobs. And so when I'm saying all that to say, brothers, is that definitely lean on me because I have recognized that Allah wants me to hold down this credit piece so that we can get this land. And I'm not a believer that the white man's gonna all of a sudden just have a come to Jesus moment and start giving us reparations. So I believe we owe it to it. Ain't no doubt about that. So we gotta go for self, but we gonna take it. And we, you know, America's for sale, I heard the minister say. So we just gotta go out and get it. And they want to lend money, trust me. Because if they don't lend money, they don't make no money for those that are in that world. So anyway, that's my last few words, brother.
All praises be to Allah. This has been a impactful, as always, beneficial to me, and all around wonderful episode. I thank the mighty FOI who have joined me this evening. All praises due to Allah. This has been another episode of Kareem Talks. Tune in next week. The brothers have had their turn to talk about their business, and now it's the sisters' turn next week. And these sisters happen to be blood. Stay tuned for details. All right. This has been Kareem Talks. I'm Kareem. That's Brother Reamus, Brother Carlton, and Brother Keandre. Peace. See ya.
Welcome.
Hee hee.